All right, let's talk about what there wasn't to begin with. So no Wipeout, no Last Guardian, no God of War.
Yeah.
Everything else, though. There's a lot of stuff. In fact, we're having trouble remembering half of it. Sony's conference has proved to probably be the best of the bunch today for the sheer number of titles discussed, announcements made. Let's start at the end.
I just want to say, as we just talked about, we will literally forget half the stuff that's been announced because there's too much.
I actually have this. I'm not even going to hide this off camera. I'm actually going to hold this out. I got notes on me. But let's start at the end, because this fella jumped off his seat, and I thought something had happened.
And a lot of people did. I think what you can really read from this is just when the Naughty Dog logo came on screen, people went nuts. Yeah.
How's it feel seeing Uncharted 4?
Really exciting. Of course, the first thing that I noticed was how good it looks. Of course, it's not actual gameplay, but it was. I mean,
was it in-game engine?
I would think so. Yeah, it looks really, really spectacular. Naughty Dog is one of the studios in the world who are best at using PlayStation devices and getting the most out of them. So of course, it's going to look good. But I really think it looked amazing.
I mean, there's other stuff to talk about, but I quite actually like the idea. The subtitle for that is The Thief's End.
Yeah.
It's almost like you imagine Uncharted, PlayStation 4, new saga. This feels like a sort of final game almost, like they're signing off from Nathan.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see where they take the adventure now. Yeah. But one thing I will say about that as well is I had sort of predicted that they would skip the whole number thing now, that it wouldn't be called God of War 4. They'd skip the number in Infamous and in Killzone. But we did get a 4 here, so it's not just Uncharted, a Thief's End, but yeah.
Okay. Let's talk third party. Let's talk. Like I said, we're going to run down this, probably forget a few things. So open with Destiny. Look, nice. I mean, we've played it at Gamereactor, actually at Bungie Studios, about a month ago now, really. Enjoyed what we saw. I actually thought there would be a gameplay demo, but I guess they don't have time for that. Let's just, I mean, would Destiny be something that would attract you? Obviously a huge PlayStation guy that you are. I mean, is that something you would play because you've never really been a Bungie guy?
No, it's not my most anticipated game, but the more I see from it, the more and more excited I do get to play it. Yeah, I mean, it's just, again, I feel like this presentation is, again, there's just so much. It's almost too much. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it actually plays out, because I haven't had my hands on with it yet.
There's Far Cry 4 as well now. We had a sort of thought on the way here that there might be a few titles that have been shown at the previous conferences that Sony wouldn't do because he didn't want to repeat stuff. Far Cry 3, I keep saying Far Cry 3. Far Cry 4 came up and we got a gameplay demo that just looks spectacular. Wingsuits, grapple hooks, and also secondary player can jump in at any time, but maybe specific things. But what the interesting thing was, at the end of the gameplay demo, they turned around and said, even you can call in a secondary player off your friends off PSN, even if they don't have the game.
Yeah, it was so bizarre. I thought what they showed at Ubisoft was super cool, but I actually think it looked better here. And then the thing that, like, I have the game and I want to play with my buddy, he doesn't have it, he can just play. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it really, really is. What else we got? Surprising, now this is one you did call, Grand Theft Auto 5 is appearing, and nice little sting at the end there. So it's PlayStation 4, and they did say that any PlayStation 3 and Xbox 3 owners that want to import their GTA Online character across to the PS4 version. So I'm assuming Xbox One's not getting this.
It's hard. It could be. I could also see it. Maybe not the importing. Maybe on Xbox you can only import from 360. But I'm still assuming that they'll get it. Like, we'll get it on Xbox One and on PC. I mean, I think it's too much money for Rockstar to say no, we don't want that. But it's cool either way, and especially for a PlayStation owner, or if you've been playing on 360, you bought a PS4 now, and you can just import that progress. That makes me want to play still actually on PS3 now that I can continue my game. Yeah.
Little Big Planet 3. How are we feeling about that?
Very cool. I'm not really sure about all the 4 characters.
It's another game with 4-player co-op.
That's true. No, and was there a jetpack? I don't know.
There probably is no Little Big Planet, yeah.
I love Little Big Planet, and I'm excited to play it. I'm still unsure about the new characters. I love Sackboy so much, but I'm sure it's just something I have to get used to.
Exact sort of thing. I mean, for me, Little Big Planet and certainly other Sony titles, it's great seeing them reappear in PS4, but for me it's about the new experiences. And one game that did flag up...
I just want to say
here we go.
One thing they really hit with Little Big Planet here was how it has been for me playing the other games co-op. That feeling of, oh, I accidentally killed you, and like the 4 people we had on stage here who played it looked like they were having tons of fun, even though they were messing up a little bit.
Well, that's what actually I quite liked about it. That was probably the most honest gameplay demo we've seen. Most of the gameplay demos on stage, usually if something messes up, a secondary person will take on, even though you don't see it going on behind the scenes. Guys messing up here, and the crowd were really getting into it. They're really sort of enjoying themselves. But, like I said, new product, new IP. Whilst it's a game that has already been announced, and we've sort of seen little clips of it, No Man's Sky by Hello Games from the UK. I just love that whole scale of it. Basically, unique worlds for every single player out there. Jump on a spaceship, go flying off in the galaxy, fly through some space armadas, land on another planet, and it tells you who's found it, and it looks spectacular. That to me is like next generation Minecraft, even though it's a fairly different game, but that sense of exploration.
Yeah, very impressive and fun to see. I remember we have interviewed Sean Murray, who was on stage here back when it was the first show Danger, and see how that studio has evolved and where they are now is very cool. Looks like a very cool game, and it was actually interesting to see because, of course, when we're here at the actual presser, we can see the TVs where they have the text going, and he actually went totally off script, and it felt very from the heart what he said. So that's why I looked over. It's like, is that what he's saying? And actually, it looked like most of what he said was just from the heart, which is, it feels like that sort of project.
Again, that more honesty sort of style of thing. Dead Island 2 as well. Just came out of nowhere. We had a sneaking suspicion that it would turn up at E3, but not here. Another really fun sort of CG trailer. Had a lot of art to it. Really got a few laughs here. Nothing of the game, unfortunately, but hey, who knows? More zombies are good, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably play it. Yeah, trailer a little bit surprising for me. Lot of fun. I heard Lasse here; he was cracking up as well. So yeah, that's cool.
Okay, touching on a few other things just to sort of wrapping up now. They talked about Project Morpheus just sort of in general on stage that they sort of announced it, and it will actually be here to play on the E3 show floor and booths and stuff like that. PS Vita got a heads up, which is nice. Not a huge amount. I mean, you were hoping maybe for a new Infamous or something like that on PS Vita, but I mean, are you happy with them constantly pushing the whole remote play and just the sort of indie side of things?
I'm kind of a little bit disappointed, but it's kind of to expect as well. Overall, for the conference, I would say I wanted a little Vita game, like one more, and the same for actually. Even though we got Uncharted, I'm a little bit disappointed we didn't get another game. That we didn't get a Santa Monica game. Could have been God of War. We didn't get a game from Sony Bend or something like that. As I understand, Sucker Punch has a second team as well. They could have had something out. Of course, it's early, and then now they have the Infamous DLC, which looks very cool. But I wanted one more. We did get a new IP from Software, which looked pretty cool. But yeah, so overall, I'm happy enough. But maybe it's just because they've set the bar so high in recent years that I kind of want a little bit more. But again, it was almost too long, this presentation. There was also stuff about TV. We had the Vita TV the PlayStation TV coming to the rest of the world now, and yeah, just so much stuff.
Yeah, and PlayStation now fine-tuning that. Yeah. That'll be releasing in other countries later this year. It's just that the sheer amount of stuff that's being thrown on stage over like an hour for
exclusive Disney Infinity stuff. And that coming to Vita as well. Okay.
But obviously with all this, basically the conferences and through to E3 itself, you can find out a whole lot more on the website. We'll have the trailers up there, we'll have impressions, we'll have little news pieces, which will cover this in a lot more detail than we're doing, and we're a little bit gobsmacked by everything. But just in closing, okay, so game of the conference for you, what was the standout moment?
I guess I have to...
Do I even need to ask?
I guess it has to be Uncharted. One thing I'm not remembering, we forgot, there was we're getting Last of Us on PS4, of course. We got a date. Also, exclusive Diablo Last of Us content, which was cool. But yeah, I think I gotta say Uncharted. Yeah. I think I gotta say that.
Okay, that's fair enough. For myself, actually would be The Order. To be honest with you, awesome. Along with a few other games over the conferences today, it's one of those games that got announced before, and it didn't really do anything for me. But seeing the gameplay demo they had up there, okay, it is Gears of Warsy. You know what I mean? Okay, that's gonna be. I'm not surprised by any means, but I think it looks really polished, and I'm hoping that will expand out to something really nice and Victorian and steampunk. So, yeah. Overall, I think great conference from Sony. Strong, no real huge surprises, but a lot of great portfolio coming up for 2014 and beyond.
Yeah, I think that's it. As Gillen said, remember to check out all the content. And of course, we're live streaming every day as well. Yeah. So I'm sure that tomorrow we'll have a little bit maybe in-depth thoughts when we're like everything is sunk.
Yeah, I think one of these things about doing these sort of updates directly after the conference is we're still soaking things in. Yeah. So tune in tomorrow for a live stream, sort of like certified.
Nintendo tomorrow. Yeah, so we'll check out what they have.
Not as good as this. Catch you later.